Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Alyssa and today I have an update for Deck of Panning. Deck of Panning is a project that was started by Emily of Emily and Max here on YouTube. She was inspired by another project with books from Books with Maddie and basically use a deck of cards to help you pick prompts that are associated with different makeup panning goals. I like to do it just because it's fun and exciting because you don't know what cards you're going to pull next. And so I definitely always try to complete all of my prompts within the month so that I can pick lots of new cards for the next month. The first item that I brought in for this month was Copycat. And I chose the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk because Ravneet, who is also here on YouTube and also does Deck of Panning, she's been panning, actually, now I'm trying to think, did she finish it? I think she finished it. I might be wrong, but I feel like she finished it. If not, she got really close, but I feel like she finished it. But yes, and there's other people who've been painting these too that I've watched, and this was new for me last year. I bought it as a replacement, and my goal was to use it 20 times. It was no big deal. I've been using it as a eye base, and I think I might actually like it better than my Milani one. I also am not sure, but my allergies might be worse when I use the Milani one. But I'm not positive because it's one of those, my allergies are not the same every day. So is it allergies or is it the eye primer? But yeah, so I will, put the weights on the screen just so you can see too, but it was 12 and 5400 grams when I rolled this in, and now it is 11 and 6700 grams. So that means that, hold on. Oh, wow, I don't think I realized, I was thinking I only used about half a gram, but no, I used almost a gram of this. So that's really good. And I'm probably getting close to sharpening it again, but not just yet. But yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed it. It's nice, especially if I'm doing pastels, which I've been doing a ton of those. And it does seem to work. Like, it didn't used to. I know I used this before as a base and things would just kind of crease and all that. But really, it's been fine. I will say for shimmers, but usually I'm putting something on top and then the shimmer. So it doesn't work as well for shimmers. So then I make sure to use like my NYX glitter glue, my Fiorine epoxy. I'm trying to think if I don't have really anything else. Or I might then use the Milani, or at least wet it, something. But yeah, definitely for the matte eyeshadows, it's been really good. So I will keep using that. It doesn't matter that I've hit my 20 use goal. It will keep going. All right. Next was lip product. And so I brought in my Milani lip oil. This one, actually, you know what? Now it's better. Okay. Part of the reason I was rolling this one in is because it is it was my favorite between the two lip oils. Now I don't know. Now sometimes I kind of prefer the other one that I have. But basically, I didn't want to just only be using the lip products and items that I don't like as much. I want to make sure that I'm rolling in favorites as well. And my other problem with this, if you want to say the other thing that's a problem, is I think it might have been leaking. Like around the rim here, I was storing it flat and it's like, well, maybe, I shouldn't do that. I should store it upright. But then when I was storing it upright, it would also get stuff there. But now I don't see anything. So that's weird. Because basically every time I was using it, I'm like, yep, still has a problem. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's not now. Very odd. But anyway, my goal was to use it 10 times. I started at 25 and 3300 grams, and now it is 25 and 100 grams, so 3200 grams. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how much of this I still have left. This one doesn't have grams, but I believe I weighed it when I first got it, so, we'll just see. But I do have some windowing happening. Oop, not sure how much you can see, but yeah. The reason I say it's not maybe my favorite of the two anymore is that this kind of just takes over which can be good. You know, if I just want to throw on one lip product, this can be good. Although it does, like, because it's a bit goopy and all and thick, it can travel outside the lip line. So it's hard to make sure I'm only applying a small amount so that it's not super, you know, wild and going everywhere. The other one that I have, so this is the Blackberry Agave. The other one's a cranberry and something, maybe just cranberry. But that one, because it's thinner, it's a little bit more, I always feel like that's like a drier oil. And this is like a wet oil kind of. And that one, it's nice that I can just layer it on. It kind of sinks in a little bit more easily. It doesn't feel like it's going everywhere. So at first that seemed like a downside because it's not as moisturizing maybe as this one, but I don't know. So yeah, but they're both good. So I'm kind of, at first I was like, oh, I shouldn't have bought another one, but now I am happy to have both because sometimes I don't want all the color and everything that one brings, and I like the lighter one. So, all right, next for metallic. Oh, that's right. I was like, why did I pick this? Is it because then I said I wanted to re-hit pan? Is it that I wanted the pan is metallic? No. It's that the packaging of this is, you know, shiny and metallic like. So, all right. So my Marvelous Mauves or Mauves palette. The first shade is all done. The second shade I had repressed and there wasn't pan anymore because I had pan in everything. But as you can easily see, there is now pan in it again. I mean, it was on like the second use that I hit pan again. It was actually in like this little part here. And then I worked my brush more in the middle and, you know, on follow-up uses. So I am still kind of thinking about finishing this eyeshadow by the end of the year. That would be a fun goal to do. So we'll see. All right, out of your hands, I had picked 3 blushes and let people on Instagram vote on which blush and also how many uses. So they picked my Juvia's Place blush in Serafina and they picked to use it 10 times. So I did that. I already had pan, so that's not, you know, a change. It was 42 and 4900 grams when I rolled it in. And after 10 uses, I only used 300ths of a gram. It's only 42 and 4600 grams. So not a big change. This one was 10 grams of product to start. So it will last until I am dead. I did enjoy using this. I think I even enjoyed it more than I remember before. Sometimes I felt like but maybe it's because it's starting to, you know, go off. Like doesn't seem, but see, no, it is still pigmented. I'm like, it doesn't seem maybe as pigmented, but it still is, but it seems to blend a little better. Like it's, you know, pigmented. So I use a light touch and it's not patchy. So I'm not sure, but you know, I like that I got to kind of take a break from other blushes that I'm working on and, you know, kind of switch it up. You know, was using this every so often. Although what was funny is I found that it was hard to use this warm blush because I've been doing a lot of cool toned looks. So there's that. My final item from last month was No Pan Left Behind, and I picked this palette, C'est La Vie from The Dots. And because this was new to my collection this year, I wanted to use all the shades 5 times each. But for this, I was just saying to get one more on each shade, you know, at least. And I did do that. It was not hard at all. I'll go ahead and, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you how many uses I have on all the shades at this point. I think that's the best. So this shade I've used 4 times, 3, 4, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 5, 5, 4, 5, and 5. So I was a little weird because I had the 4 before this Deca panning, and so the 5th one was on like the other side, but normally when you do that, you know, that would be like 6, but it's like, wait, it's not 6, that's 5. Anyway, so yeah, I have, finished then 5 of the shades now, and I'm really close on the other ones. So, I don't think this will be hard at all to finish the uses. I will say the grays are kind of, I like having them just because I feel like there's been a lot of palettes coming out with gray eyeshadows, and I wasn't sure how I felt about gray eyeshadow on myself. I'm still not sure how I feel about gray eyeshadow on me, to be honest. I haven't really found a way that I'm super confident with wearing it, I guess. I've tried it just like cool tones. I've tried mixing warm and cool with it. I don't know. I'm uncertain. So, but I like that I have them that I can play with and, kind of see. The other thing that was surprising to me was this red shade is actually, it is still a bit red, but when I was using it in a look, I guess because like normally I might kind of just use a little bit of it, but after using it more times, I realized it almost is like a hot pink or a fuchsia or something like that. And then you can build it up more and you get a little bit more of that red, but it actually is quite pink. Because originally it's like, what's the red doing in here? I mean, yes, it could. Like you could have red and pink, you could have it with the orange, but I don't know, but I guess it's just maybe how it is in here with like the other colors around it that makes it look even more true red than it really is. So I just have to remind myself for that shade, not to be intimidated thinking that it's just a straight up red, that it's actually a little bit more pink. And so for me, that is more wearable and like easier to incorporate into looks. So that was all 5 items, and now I get to roll in 5 new items, drawing some new cards and seeing what Emily has picked for us on the board. I am here to go ahead and draw the cards for the new round, and when I looked at the board, it seems like most of the items I think I could have something. The only one might be SPF, just because I only have one SPF. I use it, I buy a new one, I use it every day, so it's not really something I need to worry about panning, but it's okay. All right, so on my phone here, I'm going to do the draw cards. All right, so 4 of clubs, we have oldest, okay, 6 of diamonds, spotlight a panner. Oh, I had that, I had copycat, so, but it's similar. 5 of clubs, wish you returned. 6 of hearts, chopping block, and king of clubs. Oh, well, black king, focus. All right, let me take a moment and think about my items. Okay, it took some good thinking, but I am back, and the items that I've picked, the first one is oldest. So I picked my oldest pigment, loose pigment, and it's the crab from ColourPop. And I'd say I have about half of this jar left. So it is right now 15 and 1100 grams. I would like to use it 8 times, which works out to 2 times a week, as a goal. Okay, the next item for Spotlight a Panner, I chose something that's going to take me a while, but I figure it's okay if it takes more than the month, because I would like to spotlight this panner multiple times. So I'm going to spotlight with my Marvelous Mauves palette. I would like to finish this second shade, and like I said, I know it's going to take me a while, but that's okay, because this is in honor of Sam or Samar here on YouTube, and well, she's first time panner here on YouTube. She's also on Instagram, so I will link her channel. But she loves Dose of Colors. It's her favorite brand, and so when I use this, I am actually usually thinking of her. So this palette is probably going to be retired this year for me, just because I've had it for a really long time, and it's time to just focus on the newer things. But anyway, I will hopefully finish this and then get other uses on the other shades, just because it'll be around. For Wish I Returned, I chose this other old item from Revolution. It's a Shimmer Brick Radiance, so it's a highlighter thing. And I would like to use this 20 times. So it's Not a favorite. I'm not a big highlighter user. I'm trying to finish another highlighter that I own, and so as a result, you know, this definitely hasn't, I don't know if it's been touched yet this year. So I figure why not, you know, I like to use these projects like Deck of Panning and all as a way of rolling in items that are kind of outside my bigger panning goals, just to make sure that other things are getting played with as well. My highlighter is 45 and 2600 grams right now, so we'll see how it is after 20 uses. For chopping block, I thought I was gonna have to maybe pick something else. I couldn't think of anything that's on the chopping block, but then I realized this eyeliner from NYX, from the second use, it had the hairs splaying out every which way. So I'm going to try to use it 10 times. Also, I just don't find it very pigmented. I need it to be, like, it says dark chocolate. No, this is not a dark chocolate. This is more like, I don't know, maybe like a 50% cacao chocolate, but I want a 70 to 80% cacao if I am wanting a liner. So, yeah. So I'm gonna use it 10 times, see how I feel, and I think it might just get thrown out at that point. Finally, for focus, since I had this, oh no, I didn't have this, I had to look. I had a different king last time, and it was actually No Pan Left Behind. So I was working on another new palette. I decided for this with focus, I am No Pan Left Behinding my new palettes, but more than just one time use, it has to be 5 times for each shade. So my Fairy Tale Fairies palette is not done yet. I still have, let's see, the first 3 shades are done, and then 3, okay. These 2 still have another use. That one's done. This one has another use, so does this one, this one, this one. That one's done. This one has another 2 uses. I need 1 more use, 2 more uses, done. 1 more use, 1 more use, and I think 2 more uses. It was kind of weird when I wrote it, but I'll just say 2 more uses. So my goal is to finish this palette completely with the 5 uses required, and you know, that will be good because then I can really consider it, you know, worked into my collection. And I figure also with it being spring, like this is a good time of year for these colors. So that is what I've rolled in. So hopefully, you know, I think some of these goals are not too hard. I mean, like 10 uses isn't hard, just that I don't really enjoy it. So, you know, but then maybe it needs to go. And then, you know, same with the highlighter. And then some of them might take a while, but it's fine. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see the update for this, then make sure that you subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Until my next video, I hope that you will be doing well, and I'll see you then. Bye! If you want to know how I did on last month's projects,